Greetings to everyone. Today again we'll continue with the third part of the lecture series on robotics and automation. Today we are going to look at the automation cycle. Now based on the syllabus is already shown in the previous videos. Today we will look at the automation cycle, the return of on investment on automation, and what is SLDC. That we will have a look at this in this lecture. To recollect what has we had done earlier, we saw in continuation of the previous class, we saw the various input and output devices of a program logic controller. Okay, we looked at something like what is a push button, limit switches, proximity sensors, and photo sensors, etc., which gives the input to a programming logical controller, and the output devices are like the controls a furnace. It could control a counter, or it could also control a motor, or a sensor, a thermocouple, etc., like that. Okay, now moving on, what is an automation cycle? Now, automation is not only used as for the industrial automation, it is also used in the IT sector, and then we have the testing automation is being done there, software testing, etc. There, there are different phases of the testing, like what is the scope of the test to be done, then how do you select the automation tool, what is the test plan and the design strategy of the testing, what is the test environment and the setup there, the test script and its execution, and how the results are being compiled, etc. there. Now this entire cycle is an test automation cycle, and it has been introduced in our syllabus as to that there is a automation in the software side also. Okay, so test automation is applied with the structural sequence of testing process that can have all the stages of the test life cycle, with additional phases for including the test preparation and automation implementation process. The return on investment, ROI. The return on investment is simply the savings that we get because of automation over its investment. Okay, now I invest a certain amount of a certain amount in trying to automate a particular machine. Now what will be my returns on that? How much gain can I do? How much of profit will I get out of by investing for going for automation? Now this is the main justification of going in for an automation. So suppose somebody asks us, like, do we have to automate or not automate? Then the question comes up as to, what if I automate? What is the cost of automation? What will happen to my returns on the automation process? Now at home, if you have a washing machine, and then you would want to go for an automated washing machine, you'll have to think whether what will be the cost of the automation, or how much of comfort that it is going to give you, and then what will be the returns, etc. It could be the returns need not always be on money. Okay, sometimes the tangible kind of results could be like the comfort, etc. also there. So the savings is given by the amount gained by substituting manual test and automated test. It is the difference between the cost of running the manual task with the automated task. Now, ROI is also given by gains minus the investment, okay, divided by the investment, and as a percentage you multiply it by 100. Okay. Now, what is automation in SLDC? SLDC stands for Software Development Lifecycle, which is being done in most of the IT sector. The software development lifecycle is the future of software development. It enables the attainment of high quality software with minimum manual labor, time and cost, along with the high level of productivity and efficiency. How do you, the various stages, etc., that whatever we have seen there, how do we automate this cycle, and then how we at each stage the testing happens, and the productivity and the efficiency increases in the software testing. The various SLDC processes shown here. You have to do a planning, and then you have to try and do a feasibility study of how can we do an automation, probably try and do a pilot study, and then design the production the product architecture, then building on developing the product, okay, and testing the product and deploy the and the maintenance. This is very similar to our design, the design thinking approach. Okay, very similar. Like every stage is being tested, and then it moves up the as it moves up the cycle. There is a testing and then final deployment. Okay, so this is the SLDC phases, and today we looked at the return on investment on the automation. We looked at what was the automation life cycle, also looked at the software development life cycle and its various phases. Okay, we'll continue with the next uh, lecture. Thank you very much for listening.